Browns continuing preparations for Baltimore here in Berea, and of course Baltimore doing the same at their team facility. And Lamar Jackson, Mary Kay, said on Wednesday during his weekly media availability, he talked about the frustration that the Ravens have had, but they're looking to put on a show on Sunday.
Yeah, they really are. They're doing the same gut-checking, soul-searching stuff that the Browns are. And Lamar Jackson went on and on yesterday saying, we're ticked off about this, we're ticked off about that, we're really mad, and we are going to, as you mentioned, go out and put on a show. So the Browns better be ready for the Ravens' A game.
Yeah, Ashley, as frustrating as things have been for the Browns at 2-4, the Ravens sitting at 3-3, 3 times have blown double-digit leads, and they've done it against really good football teams. That's a team that could be 6-0 and maybe the best team in the league had things gone differently.
Yeah, like you said, Dan, they've blown double-digit leads in all 3 of their losses. They're having a lot of problems in the fourth quarters of games right now. Lamar Jackson has 6 interceptions for the year. 4 of those have come in the final 15 minutes of games. So just like we talk about the Browns are looking to get right, I think the Ravens, maybe even more so, are looking to get right. And the reality is the Ravens' problems are a bit more concentrated in end-of-game situations. It feels like where the Browns have problems all over the place. It's kind of hard to pin just one down.
Well, it was probably the Baltimore game last year at M&T Bank Stadium where this defense really made their biggest statement after they played well against the Lions, and then they intercepted Lamar Jackson 4 times against Baltimore in their first meeting. They're not there right now, though, Mary Kay, and Joe Woods today said this team, he expected them to be further along than they are right now.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees with Joe Woods on that. We thought a lot of young guys were going to step up and be way more dominant than they have been so far. We thought there would be a lot more takeaways. They only have 2 interceptions this whole season. They had 4 in that game that you're talking about. So, 2 in the first 6 games of this season. That's not nearly enough. The whole defense needs to step up their game, and they need to do it against Lamar, who's so difficult to defend, so dynamic, so dual threat, and they need to show out.
Yeah, Ashley, Lamar can, make mistakes, but he can also expose your problems in a big way.
Yeah, we kind of talk about watching him play being almost like this form of organized chaos. Like a play is never over because of what he can do with his feet and the fact that he's not afraid to take gambles. And sometimes those gambles do not pay off, but other times they do, like that amazing touchdown pass he had to Mark Andrews last year at their place when they beat the Browns 16-10. But I just think overall, that's what makes it so hard to game plan for him, because there's an element of his game that you just can't game plan for.
Now, some good news for the Browns. Jadeveon Clowney was back on the practice field. Myles Garrett was back on the practice field. Jack Conklin on the other side of the football back on the practice field. No Denzel Ward, still in the concussion protocol, but Mary Kay, when you're going against Lamar Jackson, you want to have your 2 monster edge rushers.
Yeah, you really do. And actually, especially as we've mentioned before, Jadeveon, the way that he sets the edge and can help contain Lamar, I think it's absolutely huge. And I do think that he's going to play, so they will have their bookend ends.
Yeah, and look, when you're just looking for athletes, right, Ashley? Myles Garrett, we know what he can do, but Jadeveon, we don't talk about it as much, but still that elite level athlete.
Yeah, and like Mary Kay said, just against Lamar Jackson, I think maybe this is the top quarterback in the division that these guys have to be worried about setting the edge for, given the plays he can make on the ground.
All right, big game coming up on Sunday in Baltimore for the Browns. Not quite a must-win. I only say that because Mary Kay is standing next to me, and she does not like the phrase must-win. Not quite a must-win, but a big game. You better go win it. That's what the Browns are trying to do behind us here. We'll cover it all at cleveland.com/Browns.